Good morning, Discord. All right, let's get some live preps going. ES is in a bit of a tough spot right now, right off the bat. Daily broke previous day low. Past couple days had been bearish. So what would we ideally look for? We'd really want to look for some type of continuation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see what ranges. Do we have any supply zones in here? Do we have any areas that we can possibly short? Now, yesterday in the morning, I noted a 15-minute fair value gap. Let's see. Now, we usually stream till about 11. So I noted this 15-minute fair value gap inside this 30-minute demand zone that failed. So it was a 30-minute breaker block. So extra confirmation on that, right? Play it out. I think later in the afternoon, we pulled back. We consolidated at that point to find weakness, and then the retest would be our entry stop loss at that recent high. And then it ended up giving us a real nice move off that. That's where our second leg started to come in play. But anyways, back to where we are right now. Do we have any zones up here again? So let's see, we broke this demand zone. We're going to delete this, this. Let's check this is previous day low. This is another zone that's broken. This is a 3-hour, worked as support. Now it is trying to work as resistance. I'm going to keep this 3-hour zone here, this big green one, and we're going to make it like a light blue, because this is now like a breaker block supply zone, right? So this was a demand, and then we broke it, and now we're using it as supply. So we're using it as resistance. So we could also see how this 60-16 level does want to hold up. It was a key level yesterday too. So we could just see how price reacts off of this area right here. Right in this range, right in that zone. Unless we have any levels sitting there. So I can't tell because it's not loading to the left for me some reason on Bookmap if these price levels have been sitting there for a long time or not, but they don't look that out of the ordinary on the order book. So let's go check out crude and gold, because those have been the two that have been really killing it lately. So we'll keep that. Gold's and chop, good. Good being chopped now. Let's see. I figured, let me do crude on this screen and gold on this screen. That way I could keep them both full screen. So let's see. Yeah, look how gold rejected that supply zone. So let's see. We got to look at the daily. Gold's been chopped on the daily. Our opening price is way up here now. Previous day high did not get taken out. Previous day low did also. Did it? It did get taken out by a little wick. Previous day low. Wow, today's opening price lines up exactly with that previous all-time high right here. It's pretty cool. So key level right there. That is all the way up here where that line goes from orange to purple. So let's see if we have any supply zones or potential demand zones forming on crude. We did take out that previous day low and reject back higher. So I mean, on the 15, if we did want to pump on this current candle, I would look for us to create an order block right here. Right, so we'd pump higher, close somewhere over here, come down, retest, and we would look for some long positions off of this zone. We would maybe target the next few pivot highs or not. We could check the stats real quick. I always like checking the stats on like previous days range and stuff like that on gold. So let's do gold, daily session. Gold's range. So we broke previous day low. So 71% chance of closing red. This is standard. But I do see it's every other. when we look at previous day low broken and previous day high broken. So even though that looks like it's a consistent pattern, so oh, well then last time was green, so now we should be red. Or last time was red, now we should be green. Not so much the case. This shows me there's inconsistency going on. If we were trending and it was like red, 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 then I could look for red, right? That's how we like to use edgeful and stats like that. We don't like to look for staggered. We like to look for pattern. By weekday, there we go. That's better. Look at that weekday. Ooh, much stronger on gold. Now that's what I want to see. Now you might think, oh, well, that's a bad stat for shorts. That's right. But this is a good stat for longs. So we're going to see also, we're going to see performance by weekday. Today is Tuesday on gold. Look at that. Tuesday gold barely does not like to move to the downside. It is definitely stronger. Average 68% increase, 0.68%. Average red day 0.5%. So definitely gold probably going to be looking for some longs. At least that's what the stats are telling me so far. We could also check green and red days by weekday. Look at that, guys. Tuesday, right? Today's Tuesday on gold. 76% of the time in the past 6 months, gold has been green. That is the highest, second highest, right next to Thursday. In the past 5 days, 4 out of 5 were green. So again, I'm probably going to be looking for longs on gold in this order block zone over here. And we might even be looking to hold this trade for a little while because this supply zone was broken already. It's a little bit of an area of interest. So if we want to play it safe, where is the edit thing? There it is. It's hiding on me. So let's make this an area of interest. This was a bookmap level. We'll keep that. We'll get rid of the old orb. Get rid of this fair value gap, this, and this. And let's see. This is, I don't know what that is, so we'll delete that. Perfect, perfect. Really cleaning up the charts. All right. No sound. Somebody said no sound. Thank you for pointing that out. Let's see. Could somebody check on YouTube if you could hear me? It says it's picking up my audio. Or YouTube, if somebody could comment on there, let me know. Oh, I could check myself. No, the audio's working. Very good. Gold longs. It's what we're lining up today. Yo, what's going on, random? Let's check out Bookmap 2. What's going on, playa? Gold's gonna print today.
I got my paper hands ready.
Yo, 29.59, guys. Yesterday, 29.59 was a huge level on gold. Remember that 29.60 even was a bookmap level. So very strong level. Definitely interested in watching how price reacts to it. And if we could get back up there, right? So that would be trading the range. If we look at gold right here, this is a 30-minute time frame. We'd be buying the lows and selling the highs. So let's try to look for some longs on gold so we could trend trade gold. So definitely, I'm definitely looking for some longs in that area. What is that? 29, 44.70. 29.44.70. 44.70, right over here. Let's see if we could throw a little drawing up on there. Alrighty. So that's gold. Take a quick screen grab of that because it does look good. Gold being relatively stronger on what's it called? Tuesdays. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna do this quick write-up, guys, and then we're gonna check out crude and ES. Now, I was thinking of not doing these little write-ups anymore, but I feel like it's helpful to you guys too. So let me know if you guys do, like if you read them, if you use them. Because even if you don't use them like in the mornings, because like you're in the live stream with me. Okay, cool. If that's the case, go over them in the afternoon when you're journaling or you're trying to go over something, because it gives you an idea of how I broke it down, right? How you should also be breaking it down, because you want to break down the stock in a whole, and then you could start to really look for some good setups. So GC. All right, look at that, gold's pumping right now. So like, again, I mean, we could probably, if we get in this entry down here, possibly. I'm just saying that's open price right here. Previous day high is up here. This is the supply zone we rejected yesterday. If we revisit 2960, we'd be a lot closer to 2968, right? Right now we're at 2948, so that'd be 20 points away. But if we got this close, that'd be much closer, much more reasonable to look for that as a possible entry. Plus, we also have to note, gold already made a big move overnight. So for it to retrace that whole move and give us a long lower wick, well, we've seen that plenty. So let's see if we see that today. That would be golden. See gold. So gold has been very bullish lately. I want to see if we can hold this 29.45 price level / demand zone and move higher to previous day's book map level and today's book map level around 29.60. If we fail this zone with strength, I can look for a new short opportunity. But I definitely like those longs. I'm going to be looking in some longs here. Awesome. If we stay in the range, then no trade. Key levels. We're going to go with our supply and demand levels, which is demand 29.4470, 7.7. Supply 29.69, dot 40, and then previous day low is 29.36. Such a big range on gold today. And previous day high 29.74. Awesome sauce. And then the edge full stat we were looking at was just It's just that Tuesdays and Thursdays are statistically the strongest. On GC, on performance. Now what I do, green and red days by weekday. In the past 6 months. I always like to do my stats off the past 6 months. I know some people like to do the last year. I'm sort of back and forth with it, and the reason for that is because if you do the past year, you might get information from when the market wasn't trending the same way. Now you do the past 6 months, you will get information from when the market wasn't trending similar, but it'll be a lot more relatively close. I mean, last year in January, price action was way different from this year in January. But this month's price action is pretty similar to last month and the month prior. For that, you might think, oh, well, then look at the 3 months. But if you look at 3 months, you really don't get that much stats, right? You only get total right now for past 6 months for these days. You only get 26. So if you go to 3 months, you're only going to get like 13. So I'm definitely looking for longs on gold down there. We're going to throw our alert on there, and we're going to take a look at crude, which has been awfully crude. Let's see, previous day low. Look at that price open there, and then it just kept shooting up on crude yesterday. Previous day high. Previous day high was taken out. Probably only looking for shorts today just based off the daily time frame on crude oil right now. And confirm if there is a 5-minute fair value gap. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure gold was hitting a 5-minute fair value gap right here. But it was hitting a bunch of them. Don't get too caught up with fair value gaps because they're everywhere. You'll look to find that when the market moves, they're everywhere. And then you might be like, oh, well, let me short this one right here once we see some weakness. And then boom, pops right to the next one. Or, oh, let me short this big one. Yeah, right. They got a funny name for fair value gaps that aren't that fair. But no, it's just fair value and what it's at. But yeah, this is a fair value gap right here. Maybe this will be where we pull back. I want to see this 15-minute order block hold though. Maybe we inverse this. We can inverse the fair value gap to target that 29.60. We'll see. Let's take a look at Bookmap and see if we have any price levels on gold that are just sitting there. And I don't really see anything. Why is the drawing tool's on? I think that's weird. It had like an orange border to it. No, I'm not really seeing much on. Oh, here we go. 29.46. Low volume down there. That's what I like to look for those reversals, right? But it doesn't line up with the order block entry I wanted. So we'll have to see. We don't have any 5-minute fair value gaps there. We have a little bit of an imbalance from this candle to candle, but then we did fill it on that next wick. When I say imbalance candle to candle, guys, what I mean by that is if we look at this candle right here, it's sort of gapped up. Only a little gap, nothing crazy, but it gave us that imbalance, right? We don't normally get that too much. We get a little bit here and there, but then it'll just sort of stay in range. But when we're doing that to one side or the other, sometimes that gives us an idea if we are going to have that impulse to the downside or create a fair value gap or something along those lines. But we did the next candle. Where was it? Oh, I thought we did fill the next candle. Okay, never mind. We'll see. Crude oil. Back to crude real quick. We'll see what's crack-a-lacking with that. Good morning, everybody. Look at crude selling off. Previous day low, heading previous day low on crude. Crude created another, looks like another order block right there to the downside. We had a broken demand zone right here that we just retested. Let's move this, goes up here. So look, we broke the demand with these candles, closed with strength. We retested it, created a basing candle, and then we continued. So we'd be looking for continuation on crude here, maybe to 69.90. We could probably look at Edgefill. Let's see if Edgefill gives us our crude oil. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday. ADR. $0.93. And let's see. Let's see. Daily. Now, I wonder if it's from the open price. Yeah, it starts at market open. Oh, hold up. This is New York. We want to do daily. That's better. Okay, good. Okay, that answers my question. I was going to say, I wonder if that goes from open price or if it goes from the previous day's close, but it goes from open price. So let's see our open price on and they say ADR is $1.55. That would bring us to about 69.37. So at least definitely through that what's it called? To that demand zone I have down there. So we're just going to be a little patient on that and see how it wants to play out, see if it wants to give us some type of entry. So shorts on crude would be a potential setup that I would look for right now today. So we're going to add our alert on that. We're just staying prepared for everything, right? So now we have a setup we're looking for on crude. We have a setup we're looking for on gold. If gold does break this and continue, I really wanted to see like this 29.53 thing. I want to see a strong bookmap level that we could absorb, resist, and then break, and then retest for a entry long. Right now we have a low volume shelf around 29.4650. 29.4650. It's right here. Yo, I got you, Dave. No problem. YouTube, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I might turn these on to unlisted. I probably will. I gotta see. Signet might start streaming his YouTube pre-market preps as well. All right, ES and Q. Good morning, everybody. Let's take a look at ES. See if we have anything anywhere. A little bit of a 2-hour supply zone right here. And I say a little bit because we have our basing, we have our drop, but we don't really have continuation. So we're going to mark that with a supply. And I'm not going to mark it with a 2-hour trend line. I'm just going to keep it as that zone candle, that zone tool. I'm going to also keep this blue zone there because that was a very strong level, very strong range, 60.43 to 60.48. Extremely strong on the ES yesterday. Looking to see any supply zones up here or demand zones. I don't see anything. Nothing higher time frame, so nothing high quality. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. So guys, right, we're probably going to end up trading gold or oil today because there's nothing really standing out on ES so far. When nothing really stands out on ES, usually NASDAQ reflects the same, but we're just going to be patient and take a look. So let's see, here we go. We have a 1 hour supply right there. That's already a little better than the ES because it's a lot cleaner. We have our basing candle at this pivot high. We have our sell-off, and then we have a little bit continuation-wise. So it's going to be our S 1 hour supply. We have our 4 hour demand zone we held yesterday, and then we broke. So right off the bat, I might want to see this green zone hold as resistance before this red zone because we broke that zone just last night, which would still be this session. And whenever we break a zone, that session, I want to use it as a flip zone. Crude gold. Will it hold? Will it fold? Nas, let's see. Really not seeing much on the NASDAQ other than this 1 hour supply zone up here. So I'm going to add my alert. I will actually add it to the drawing itself, 1 hour supply. That way, in the message, when I check my phone, it'll say 1 hour supply. Let's do the same with the other drawings as well. Can't add an alert on that one, so we'll add a regular alert. And what we'll do is we'll just edit it. So we'll do CL 15-minute order block short. And same with gold, right? We were looking for this gold along down here. Probably don't have to edit the alert. I feel like this entry is going to happen soon. GC 15-minute order block long. Yo, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody is doing well. Hit that like button, guys, if you're on YouTube. Do appreciate it. Wake me up inside, can't wake up. I'd like to see if we could get that crude short and then target that previous stay low. Because if we could get that, we might be in for another nice move, but that is sort of the bottom of the range, so that's why I would use that as a target. This is gold on Bookmap right now. Yeah, NASDAQ and ES, I'm not seeing anything too much on these higher time frames. Going to be wrapping up the pre-market prep shortly. You guys got any questions or want me to cover anything, please let me know. Buying delta up here. Look at the buying delta, right? A lot more volume to the buy side than the sell side. Definitely want to see this 15 pull back. How are we looking on the 30-minute? 45 also looks like it could be creating a demand zone. So we're going to mark this as a D45. What we would need for that is we would need this candle to continue higher. So if that's the case, I'll look to see if we could inverse this fair value gap, and I would take that long then. But 47.50, I don't know if we could retest in that 47.50 to this low volume shelf and then start pushing higher, I would take longs a little sooner. So again, just sort of wait, and we got a few setups we're looking for. Gold looking good to squeeze. Ooh, oil almost gave us an entry. I'm not a big fan of how this 15-minute closed because it took out this recent low right here, and then it looked like it was trying to reverse, but crude's still a bit more bearish than bullish at the moment. We could see this is a supply zone right here. Is it a 30-minute? No, it's a 15. So if crude does want to push higher through this order block zone, then I might look for that next supply zone for a short. So let's just see. Let's pull up crude. So up here on crude oil, not really seeing any low volume to be hit to be used as a zone other than like right up here. Is this not the right crude? CLJ. That's right. No? Yeah, 1J. I'm like, why is it showing? It was showing like intervals before. Where is, I was going to say, where's 41? 41's above that zone, so we're going to be a little patient here. More negative delta than buying delta, but my issue is that this pivot right here, that is this high, I believe. So I'm worried that that gets taken out for this liquidity level that's sitting here. I'd much rather wait for gold. I feel like gold's setting up much nicer for the longs than crude is for the shorts. ES and NQ as well. Pretty range bound. But definitely a bit more bearish if we look at the daily time frame. There we go, gold. So let's look at the daily time frame here. Now, it's bearish and yet it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been in this daily range. It's sort of pulling back, trying to maybe make a higher low in this daily range. Same with NASDAQ here, right? Now, NASDAQ actually extended out of its range. So is it retesting to make a higher low, to push higher? I have a major key level at 21,418. If we could trade above it, I'd be bullish. Crude oil and gold. Gold's pumping. Crude oil, gotta see. Well, look at that selling volume delta right there. But again, no low. If there was a low volume shelf right here, great. But there's not going to be because we consolidated there for a little bit already. Gold's just pumping away. If you take a look at oil on the 5-minute, it looks like it is trying to move higher, so we'll be patient. Is that previous day low on ES? It is previous day low. So I'd probably also, if I'm looking for a short position, gold at a key level right now, yeah. If I was looking for a short position on ES and NQ, I'd be looking for a 15-minute fair value gap at this point. A strong move to the downside, create that imbalance, and that imbalance will be my entry. Maybe line up with a previous day low, line up with something to give me extra confirmation. Grant, good call on gold. We'll take a look at gold right now. Key level right there. Yeah, a lot of resistance on gold up here, but we've been just running right through it lately. Look at that, coming back to that book map level too. I want to see on gold, has it been trading that orb? How has the orb been on gold? We've had double breaks 5 days in a row. Oh my, I'm sorry, we've had double breaks 1, 2. Oh no, this is this daily session. That's funny. New York session. Double breaks 3 out of 5, breakouts 2 out of 5. No, yesterday was. No, we should have yesterday's information here too. Why is the streak? I gotta ask them. Streaks should be updated by now. We should have yesterday's information in. Got to get the time in there. Something just crossed something. Oh, crude oil just entered that area. Oil trade is active. Yeah, let's see. I gotta see. I'm not taking it right off the bat right here. I gotta see how we want to react. How I would probably trade this is I would look at this 22 area where we have this strong negative delta and see if we could try to break back below there. And then I would take a short with the stop loss at wherever the high of this 5-minute candle is. But that way my trade doesn't get triggered till we get that real reaction. Because if we do want to just continue higher to this 42 price level, I don't want to be jumping in a short position right out of the gate, you know? And we have some buyers up here too. So we'll just be a little patient on that. Look at that gold rejection. That's why we don't chase. Let's see if crude oil wants to trigger that trade. Not yet. That's why we wait for it. We're just waiting. I am looking at crude right now, ready to take that trade if it does set that, if it triggers my entry. Let's take a look at our session volume footprint. Nope, nothing too substantial. Check that delta maybe. Delta's been trying to push positive. This delta on this candle is negative right now. It's a little bit of a good sign. So my entry is at 22. But look at that. Buyers are again stepping in. That's why sometimes it's good to have a zone, but then wait for that reaction, right? Get confirmation with order flow, with bookmap. Because if you don't get that confirmation, we just want to blow right through it, which we do. That does happen sometimes. Then you're at least prepared for it and you're not taking a trade that is just completely against you. Now here's a new 5-minute. Okay, so it did trigger my shorts. Stop loss is at those recent 5-minute highs. Have to see if we get some strength behind this though, because now the 5-minute didn't look as strong to the downside as the other. So we're going to take this with light size and just be a little careful. We're in these crude shorts now. Crude broke previous day low already. Did we? Actually, no, we didn't break previous day low already, but we have been bearish lately. So we're going to be patient. Wasn't a fan of how that 5-minute closed, but my trigger for the short trade was if we could break below that 22, which we did. But we're really going to need to see some selling with these negative deltas up here. I'll keep it tighter stop loss too. Keep it around like 28. Because right now, again, buyers look like they keep wanting to step in. But the delta and the chart volume delta has been negative. CVD. So I'd like that to reflect on crude and really push down, but buyers look like they are stepping in. So if it does hit my stop loss is 70.29, this candle flips green, I'm out. I'm looking at these sellers. These sellers is where I was trying to sell with, but look at that. They're trying to stop us out. And if it does, that's okay. This might be a big stop hunt. And if that's the case, then we wait for our next trade setup, which is up here. We take a trade, we know our risk. If we stop out, we wait for our next trade. If we hit take profit, we wait for our next trade. Yeah, these sellers are definitely getting weak over here, guys. So 220 left in the 5-minute. All right, stopped out of crude. Again, we just wait for that next setup then, or we wait to see if we get a good close somewhere. But right now, the 70-40, and can gold give us something? Gold is what I'd really like to trade. Gold's been killing it lately. Oil's been a little odd. Jeremy, I'll get out of here. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up the pre-market prep there. YouTube, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Twitter, hit that like button too, and follow as well for more pre-market preps. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Peace out.